kind of like Scientology, but it's not.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the 5th episode of Do You Know What the Fuck You're Doing? And this week we have my good friend Amanda Cioffi of Cyanotypes on. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing?
Hi, Annie. I'm doing all right.
I'm excited to interview you because not only have I gotten to see you start Cynology, but I
Mhm.
also don't know what it is at all. Like, of all of the artists I've interviewed, I think your process is the most mysterious to me. So I'm just gonna let you explain what it is that you do.
I'm not sure if I should call myself a printmaker or a photographer because it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
What I do is I make cyanotypes, which is one of the first sort of photographic processes that was ever invented.
Mhm.
It's from the 1840s, I believe. It's a photographic process where you mix two chemicals together to create a photosensitive solution.
Mhm.
And in turn, you can place objects or photo negatives on top of that solution, put it in direct UV light. So either sunlight or I've seen some artists using, like UV light boxes. You expose it for any amount of time. I've exposed prints from anywhere from 10 minutes to 72 hours. And it's a pretty simple process. I play with plants, put them out in the sun, and rinse them off with some water and hydrogen peroxide. And I make beautiful images that I just am obsessed with.
I love them too. How did you find out about that or get into that?
So throughout my whole experience through middle school and high school, I was always into black and white film photography.
Mhm.
And my senior year, I took the college level studio art class.
Mhm.
And I started just experimenting with alternative ways to photograph images or ways to distort them. And my art teacher at the time, who's amazing, she introduced me to the process of cyanotype and gave me so much inspiration.
I knew you were amping up your artwork, and I didn't realize that that's why you would go to like arboretums and ginkgo groves. I thought you were just like escaping the world because I'd get a text from you, be like, sorry, I just got out of a ginkgo grove. And I'd be like, okay.
This process, especially, is something that I've really started to enjoy a lot more, especially this year with quarantine and everything.
Yeah. And it's also so interesting that you're photographing plants. Cyanotypes are still such a natural way to do a photograph. So kind of work.
Yeah, it's a really interesting process. I was reading up on some history about it a few weeks ago, and it's funny because the first female photographer, her name is Anna Atkins, she
Hmm.
actually used cyanotypes to capture images of like British sea algae
Love it.
and made
Like,
like
yeah.
entire books just like photographing seaweed with the cyanotype process.
So
And
kind of what you do, but with ginkgo leaves.
yeah, with ginkgo leaves. And our good friend and coworker Meredith also has given me an abundance of eucalyptus and dill and so many different flowers for me to photograph
Meredith,
with.
she really is like our green witch supplier.
She's
She gives
amazing.
us our herbs for our potions.
I know.
Um, Without boxing you in and saying that it's like a business or anything like that, I know you've kind of
Yeah.
taken it to the next level. So what
Yeah.
has that process been like for you?
It's been interesting. So I work at the coffee shop full time, and I kind of decided when I turned 23 this year that I was going to try to take my art more seriously and try to actually make this like a profitable kind of gig to
Mhm.
have. So I'm just kind of focusing this year on like doing more art shows and, developing, like seeing if it's worth getting an L LCC
LLC.
LLC. See, this is how much I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like watching YouTube videos on, running like an Etsy shop online and seeing if that's something worth
That's more research than
investing
I've done
into.
about most things.
And I've done a few art shows in the past year that have been received really well. And I think I have to put some faith into myself and realize that people actually do enjoy the art that I make.
Yeah,
And
it's so innovative. Do you know what the fuck you're doing?
no, I was supposed to get over 10 prints framed by 2 different places, and both of them now are going to be not ready. So everything will be available for purchase at Muzzin Rose.
Okay.
So perfect for holiday season. But now I'm really excited about this one.
What has been a learning curve for you? It sounds like you've gone over a bunch of them, but is there something that sticks out as like, wow, I did not see that coming?
Um,
I mean,
I
the
would,
frames for sure.
yeah, the frames have really been the biggest stressor of this. I would say probably the biggest thing I haven't seen coming. Um, I guess like the support, to be honest.
Well, that's
Which
nice.
is
That's a good
it's
thing.
a really pleasant thing. I I've done a few shows around town last year at the coffee shop and a brewery, and I got a lot of positive feedback from friends and stuff. But now that I've started this Instagram account, I've connected with other cyanotype artists and just a bunch of people that I kind of know but not really, and they're following my account and liking my posts, and it feels really good.
It sounds like you underestimated yourself, but you're showing up for yourself, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think out of everyone I know, I think the lowest of myself. um, and that's something that I'm trying to kind of work on.
Yeah.
And I think putting myself out there has been the scariest thing that I've ever really done. But now that I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Thank you so much for chatting with me about cyanology. Cyanology?
Yeah,
Okay.
cyanology.
Cyanology. I've learned so much about natural photography. I feel like such a bad friend. I had no idea that's what you were doing with all that eucalyptus. Would you ever take commissions if somebody had like a favorite flower or favorite herb?
Yeah, for sure. My commissions are definitely open. I would love to create something that someone will have in their home. I think
Because the
that's probably,
poor bitches are going to go crazy over this. Thank you so much, Amanda Cioffi of Cyanology, for chatting with us about your amazing process. My mind is blown. I'm going to go on a deep Wikipedia hole this evening. And for anybody who is interested in purchasing Amanda's stuff or just checking out the process even more, all of the links are going to be in my bio. And I don't want to speak for Amanda, but I kind of feel like if you don't live in Leesburg but you wanted to buy her stuff, she probably wouldn't say no to that.
yeah. So a fun thing to add too is that at Muzzin Rose, Elise, the owner, who is amazing, she's also going to list all of the pieces online.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I think you do know what the fuck you're doing, more so than you think. The fact that you're watching how to start a business video on YouTube, girl, not me.
Well, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Well, I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'll see you
Um,
at 8 a.m.
and then the rest of you guys on the internet, I'll see you when I see you.